Hello everyone, Kisa here, and I'm back with a video. Yeah, it's been 4 months since the last one. Like, I'm not updating, not having many new decks. I've just been playing my old decks. But if you want updates on those decks, like I can easily make them. Uh, just let me know. Could be Vanguard as well. Like, I have a lot of Vanguard decks I could show. Yeah. Overall, I have some cards, but like being unemployed makes it harder to acquire the cards. So yeah, it's hard. But we still make videos. Like, it is a cop-out mechanism. I just like to talk a lot about cards. It's funny. But yeah, we're talking about Kenshin today. Uh, so funny story with Kenshin. Obviously this is based off the remake. But when I met the game of Weiss Schwarz, when I heard about it for the first time, I always thought like, oh, will they have cool shows like, I don't know, Slam Dunk, Kenshin, because they have shit like SAO. But no, they didn't have those shows. Only like recent stuff. Shana was like the only cool old stuff that they had. And yes, Shana's old stuff by current standards. Like, deal with that. It's at like a 2004 show. It's like 20 years old. So yeah, they didn't have Kenshin. And I was like, Kenshin's a cool IP, regardless of stuff that you don't need to Google about. But yeah, and now it's been 10 years since I started playing this game, and now Kenshin is in the game, which is really, really cool. I was so happy when they announced this. And the cards look gorgeous. They said it's incredibly nice to look at. Plays really well. It's not the strongest deck you could play in the format, but it's still really good. So we're playing a door after my story. We're playing a door. Why? Because there's two versions of the deck, which is a door and choice door, and they're basically the same deck except you change the finisher and you fix some of the colors. The Sanosuke level 3 is really powerful. It's a combo you can do triple off, but this one is only you only need to do two to have like an insane range, and it stays on door, which is good for certain cards that you play in the choice door version, but it gets more powerful if you play the A door. Yeah, this a double. This a burn two twice. If you do double resonance with a certain card that we're playing a four of anyways, and this is very similar to the Lico Reco level one combo. Like, it has the top check ability. It goes through your deck super fast. Overall, super decent. So yeah, we're gonna have fun today talking about these cards. Also, bear in mind there's a another art for this climax, which is like a super sad version. Like, I think everyone is dead in the picture. That's like, if you basically the mood you want to reflect that day, you can change it with the climax. That's really cool. So thank you very much for that. Let's go to the deck profile itself. We are running 4 copies of the Riki. Uh, First of all, the Riki is the resonance target for the level 3 combo. Uh, After that, he on attack gives 1500, which is really, really cool. Lets you like actually have power at all the stages of the game, and it it's a Ricky that require that you can like grab stuff from drop to put it on clock so you can fix colors. We are splashing both colors basically, so fixing any of the colors that you need, it's really important. And that's really good. Like, we would have run four anyways. The card is incredibly powerful, and it's like the only expensive card in the set. But it's also the resonance. So like, we're already paying for, like, it's not mandatory. We're not like fulfilling the resonance condition. We just have it because it's a good card. Now, 4 copies of the level 0 Hajime Saito. Uh, Looks less Ikemen uh, than the FGO version, I think. But this is the card that will facilitate your blue splash. This is one of the few blue cards we are running today, and it's an oversized with the typical demerit, no events, no backups. Uh, on play, if you have another character, you top check to rearrange. Bear in mind, I'm not gonna say the trait of the deck because the trait is like 7 kanji. It's like Meiji Romantan Monogatari. Like it's like super long. Like don't worry about it. I don't know how you're gonna translate that to English. That because they said got announced in English, and that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video anyway. Well, but yeah, like I'm looking forward to seeing how they fix that. Incredibly powerful. The top checking helps you a lot with your brainstorms, helps a lot with your recos, helps a lot with another assist that we're playing. Overall, solid card, incredibly good. Also fixing, also oversized. Like it's a high quality card in just common. Like what else can you say? 3 copies of the Rico. This comes in a trial deck, so yeah, you'll have to either get a second trial deck or uh just like try to buy them separately. It's one of the few you need at least one trial deck, that's for sure. Like you need another card from the trial deck that we are running. So you need to get one trial deck at least. And then you figure out how you get the last copy, the third copy. You could run 4. We are tight on space, so we're running just 3. And as I mentioned, it's a recall effect. You did one, reveal, grab something in the level. So this is one of the cards that fixes your resonance condition because you're gonna try to grab this at any point of the game. This becomes this at any point, so that's really really good. Also, if we have the Saito, we can rearrange and make the Rico hit anything we want. So that's really really cool. It's another added bonus of this card. We already we're like yeah we are running this card. This card's really good, and the Saito is like oh we can give our already good card more value. Also, he gets power when it comes into play, so it's not like stuck in 500, which is something other sets have to deal with in life. So yeah, really powerful card. Speaking of powerful cards, we're talking about this guy, the Yahiko. The Yahiko level series. This profile is incredible. Like I'm super pleased with this card. I'm not running 4 because again, because we are doing the blue splash, the space is incredibly tight. Well, the card is incredible. On play, you get 1500 extra for the turn, and during the turn, this comes into play. On attack, you can ditch 1, and basically you do an Akatsuki on attack, which is incredible. I wish the standby deck of this set was good because this card just free standby. Like it will make a standby deck incredibly more powerful in any other set. But sadly, the standby deck here is not that powerful. Nothing else can be done. But yeah, I wish we could run for this card. This is one of the cards I was like, oh man, I can't fit a fourth one. That's sad. Incredibly powerful. Now, our brainstorm. We're going for the Kaoru brainstorm. Honestly, like this set has like bunch of salvage brainstorms, so we are picking the brainstorm basically for 2 reasons. One is because it's red, it's salvage, and the most important reason is the second effect. This is a very weird brainstorm in the sense that usually you want your brainstorm to be on the board, but because of the ability that it has, that is one place from hand, you can pay 2, and you can go to your deck and search a climax that shares name with a climax that's already in your waiting room. So basically, you usually save this so you can loop your combo. Looping combo in this deck is incredibly easy already, but having an extra tool that lets you loop combo is incredibly powerful. Also, like in the late game, if you have a 10, 12 stock that is that can easily produce, uh, you search the combo, you search the level 3 climax, like you mill it, you search it, cool. Quick reminder: you cannot activate this effect if you don't have any climaxes, even though you know that if you may like pay 2 to mill it to get a CX out of the stock, if you don't have a CX in drop, you cannot activate this. As I've been told, like I asked, I got told that's how it works. It's okay. You can always ask your judge. Don't quote me on that, as always. And to round out the series, we have one climax holder. This is vanilla. Is this from the TD? No, this is an uncommon. But yeah, we have a vanilla climax hopper. That's good enough. But yeah, I think we are on 19 zeros or 18 zeros, I think. Really, really strong. The level 0 lineup is tight, but it's powerful, has a lot of utility, a lot of early mill, which is what you want on modern sets. Like, obviously, we're having a lot of fun with these. Yeah, let's go on to level ones. We have 4 copies of the combo because the combo is good and we want to do combo every turn. So, as I mentioned, this is very similar to a Liquor Record combo. I don't remember if I think that's on a pants. This is on a door. On attack, if you have 2 characters, you may look at up to 2, keep 1, trash the rest. Really good. We can combine that with another card we're running, and object 5. So this can be like an object 6 if you're desperate on cards, on certain cards. You can be at object 6. Or the regular use is like you mill anything you want of your combo, and then you go, oh, I'll choose my trigger. And you'll choose a favorite trigger, either a soul or like, I don't know, I want to trigger a pants. Yeah, I want to trigger a door. Like that's basically what you do with this. Is incredible. It's a little overpowered. 7K is not the biggest, but the Ricky can fix that, and we have some support that also fixes that. Now onto like one of the most unique cards in the set is this level 1 Kenshin. I wish I could fit a fourth, but again, because we are doing the splash is like 4 slots in our level 1 lineup, so we can't do much about that. But the Kenshin is incredibly powerful. So what this does is that when you play a door, you may discard a card, and then you grab a door from drop, put it in your hand, and he, until the end of your opponent's turn, becomes a JC, which means that you can, when something gets front attack, you may pay 1, sack this to bounce whatever is being attacked to your hand. So normally you can go like, usually you, if you can do triple, you do triple, but sometimes it's just better to use go to combo 1 Kenshin level 1, and you like can loop the combo easier because you'll turn any card in your hand in a door for the next turn, and then this will probably guarantee that you get another copy of the combo back. So you use like fix for 1 and fix for the finishing cards or for your special text that you're running, or all really powerful. Like the only thing that you would think about this card is like, oh, it's 1500, right? Because you see the 1500 here, and you're like, well, this card is like can't string into anything. Well, we don't need that. We don't need that because this card has 2 soul, so it can side into level ones for 3 damage, which is incredibly powerful. Honestly, I think that's the best part of that card. That you're not losing soul. I mean, you're swinging side level 1 for 2. If you trigger a soul is 3, but yeah, you get what I mean. Like it's an easy damage that you can get through. You're killing their board, which is sad, but the benefit of keeping the card alive is way higher. Incredibly powerful card. So this is the assist I mentioned earlier. This is the Kaoru level 1, and she has 2 effects. When you play a door, you choose a character, and that character gets on attack reveal top card. If that card is level 1 or higher, it goes to the stock. So basically, because we want these cards to be live even when we are breaking, we are just defaulting to the 8 door build. Otherwise, like you will just never play a choice with these cards on the board because you're not plussing enough. But because we're playing a door, like sometimes you just slam the door, fix for the for the door you actually want, and get like 1 stock out of it. It's like a mini climb. If you have these two, it's like a mini climax combo. You can plus off. It's like pretty decent. And the second effect is that you can press this, look at top card, keep it there or trash it, and then give something to kick. So that's really, really good. The most impressive stuff, but uh, it gets the job done. Like also let's use Scry in case you're not like using combo. Let's use Scry top card. Let's get that extra stock on your finishing turn. Like my opponent's like, oh, he can't double Kenshin me, and like, oh no, psych, I can't double Kenshin you now because I have an extra stock because of this. Speaking of extra stock, we have Mr. Rajiuda, Mr. Maxi Challenge, as I like to call it on locals. Uh, let's talk about Rajiuda for a while. Rajiuda is an incredibly interesting card. It's a level blue, it's a blue card. Also has two soul. I don't know what's with Bushi and like giving this set a bunch of level ones with two soul, but we don't mind here in this channel because we like random stuff like this. He doesn't reverse anything in battle. Like if he battles, he doesn't reverse. But what I mean by he doesn't reverse, like nothing he fights against gets reversed. So he wins the battle, but he doesn't kill. That's probably something about lore that I haven't got to. Second effect is that it's the most important one. When your opponent puts a character from drop to hand, you may do a blind stop. And that sounds bad or like suspicious, but hear me out. So this deck goes through it super fast when you are comboing through, and sometimes you just mill your climax. Like, it happens a lot. And given the current state of the game, a lot of the good brainstorms are salvage brainstorms. Like it's like the ideal brainstorm we see in every deck. So if they want to keep plussing, and they will brainstorm to get the cards, so you get value, you get free value out of your opponent playing the game. If you're running to decks that run like salvage events or like a bunch of drop searchers or like helmet effects, you start plussing like 2, 3 stock. And it gets nuts when you're playing against decks that are like 8 door. If they are on 8 door, you're like, okay, string. Oh, you trigger a door. Will you use it? And your opponent's like, I guess. What's one stock? And sometimes the stock that can get you closer to to canceling, gets you closer to refresh. Like if you know like a lot of your climaxes set out, you just take the stock every time. And sometimes you say like, oh, I have like 2 CX left in 8 cards, but all the other 6 are here. I just take the stock, give it to me. Like I don't care. So I think that's the interesting part of this card. You will usually take the stock, but it's optional. So you once you know your deck state, you know will if you will be taking stock from Raju or not. It will help your compression knowing that. But sometimes you just take a gamble. Like this is not a foolproof card, but it's really really powerful. It it gives you that extra stock that you will need for the rest of the game. It lets you use, for example, like the brainstorm effect on play. You'll say like, "Oh, choose stock to search for a climax. That's too much." Yeah, but when you get like 4 stock per game for free, thanks to Raj Yuda, you you're you're winning anyways. Uh, quick note for people that are thinking of getting the deck later, or like already have the deck or haven't played it much. You really don't put both in the board. You need to assess the scenario you're in. Like sometimes you just don't get the blue to play the card, and you have the Kaoru. You slam the Kaoru on the board and play the game with this and the brainstorm. When you put both on the board, you usually choke yourself to keep rolling with the good cards in your hand because these two won't plus you actual cards. They will plus you stock. So be mindful of that. Uh, something I learned like day 2 of the deck. I was like, okay, I can't put both on the board. The third attack is interesting as well. It's like it gives you an extra outlet to all the stock. You may pay for it each 3, and he can direct attack during the battle phase from the back row, which is funny. Also has 2 soul, so he becomes like another 3 soul attacker if you have the resources like laying around. But because the combo is super tight at level 3, we just don't use the effect. We just use it for the pressure of like, will you salvage? Also, because sometimes you will just roll in stock. You're playing the one Gatling guy. Scarf has 3 effects. It's basically like the slime level one, but only works with like one specific girl. So you choose a character with this specific name. I don't remember the name. And you put it under as a marker, and then on the next turn you can rest this, put the marker on the start. But the most important part of this card is that it has pay three, burn one. So if you're in a game where the Raji Yuta gave you an incredible amount of stock, you just dump into this, and you can like extend the range of the Kenshin finisher super long. Uh, I don't know the exact math because obviously I'm too lazy for that. But uh, when you're doing like a bunch of twos, like some threes, you usually expect the twos to stick. And if you're burning a 3-0, then a burn for one turns like basically one of the Kenshins needs to get fully cancelled during your finishing combo, which is incredibly good. Also, like if your opponent is close to refresh, that ping one turns the 3-0 into a 3-1. That it's virtually a 3-2 if your opponent refreshes. So it means that just only one Kenshin and one of the burn twos has to stick. Uh, so it's really really good to have the ability to just fix your damage range with a card like this. But that's level ones. Yeah, these are the blue cards. You can totally not run this, but I think that this package is one of the things that makes the set unique. It gives you an edge against some decks that otherwise you would just lose because your deck is like lower power than theirs. So yeah, uh, keep an eye on that. I think this card is really good and totally one of the reasons to just play this set. This card is incredible. So yeah, moving on to level twos. Two cards. The promo. It's a tournament promo. I think from last month or this month. I'm not sure. You can correct me on that. It's the Amelia counter on red. I don't know why it's red because again color pie, but it's the Amelia counter. Pay one, sack one, ditch one, send character to the bottom of the deck. Incredibly powerful. Amazing card. I'm super happy that we have an anti-change. Originally, we didn't. We do have a free fresh counter that if we don't get free quick access to this, you just slam the free fresh counter. And even now, I feel sometimes that I do want the free fresh counter, like because you can like take all the stock with the Raji Utah and then free fresh to like, oh maybe I went too hard on the Raji Utah. I will need to fix my deck. Thank you, real quick. So yeah, always an option. Free fresh counters are always good. But your board is like never living, so it's like you're not winning the board by doing a free fresh counter in this deck. So that's something that you have to deal with. And the Sanosuke and Yahiko pair, on play you ditch a card, solve it something, so it comes with free fixing, which is incredibly powerful in this effect. And also you can just kill this and bounce something back to the hand. Uh, I don't know what to say. Bouncers are really powerful in the current meta. There's sometimes you just like have to dodge one piece of interaction during your finishing turn, and a well established bouncer is just super nice. Uh, and the fact that he also comes with fixing is just icing on top. We probably would have run this just for the bounce because bouncing is something really cool that some like most of the decks need right now because anti-damage stuff like big walls, uh, s- any random set that has like a bodyguard that you don't want to run into, like get that out. Super strong. Now on to level threes, but part of level two, we played two copies of the early play. Quick note: this is the one card that you can use with the Gatling guy. Like he checks for this girl specifically, so you have targets to use this dog ability. It's just your early play. I do want a third one, but most of the games I realize I just don't need it. She's a full board early play, which is the best kind of. And on play, you ditch and you grab the top card as your top to your hand. So it's a really cool, powerful card. It's just like I think some of the 1K1 decks in the current format just you they do not have time for EPs anymore. I feel like we are reaching the point where it's just better to just go face with a combo that's gonna lose the lane than like actually having an early play that contests the lane. And the heal is important, obviously. Like you always want to heal a level two to extend it, but sometimes finishers are just more stronger now, and the range is like insane in some of the finishers in the current format. That early playing them for the sake of, oh, I want to extend level two probably doesn't save you any. And that's something I felt even playing with this deck. Like 2-4 and 2-5 is not a difference against modern sets, and like 2-1 and 2-2 is basically you are basically extending a level two that it's already going to be extended because going from 2-2 to 3-1, 3-2 is hard if you compress and you play correctly. But yeah, obviously we still run these cards. Like they're good. They come up. But I felt that even with Hololive, like you that I've been playing a lot, you like the impact of early play healers is diminishing just by the fact that the formats are faster and the decks are more powerful. So you just like not finding the time to find the time to deploy them, and when you have the time and stock to deploy them, you're winning anyways. So that's a funny food for thought. Obviously, we're playing the four copies of the level one, level three Kenshin combo. On play heal, two or more. I think he gets 1K. It's not the biggest attacker, but the most important part is the combo, of course. On attack, pay two, reveal two copies of the Riki, ditch one character, or two twice. Uh, I don't know what to say. This is 7 damage alone. So I've never done triple. Triple is too much to ask, but double is so easy in this deck. Like the way the level zero lineup is assembled, you can always fix for the two copies of the Riki. For example, you can like play the Riki early, and then if it somehow lives the turn, I don't know why would it live the turn, but or sometimes you like Riki for something, move it to the back to play another card. Like now you're playing combo. You can leave this on the back, and like later down the line when you're almost about to win, you can just go Rico over the Riki, and then object grab it back. That's really comfy. Sometimes if you're missing, for example, if you need two, you can go like Riki for Riki, and then if you save the Rico, you can overplay it and grab it back. So it's a very like a very good backup plan to fix your double resonance condition. Like, it feels like it's hard to get a double resonance, but it's not that hard. Like you can, if you know what you're doing, if you're playing the deck properly, you will fix enough cards that will let you do those plays. So that's not the hardest thing. But yeah, four copies, of course. Usually, you only need two. You always fix for two. I never tried to do three. It's just too hard, and it's not worth it. Like you need like 11 or 12 stock, and you don't need that. Choose enough. The other card from the trial deck that you need, the Sanosuke. Uh, he gets hand anchor. You have two or more, which is cool. But more importantly, on play you either heal or you fumio them from one for one. That's incredible. This is sadly this is the only decompression tool we have available in this set, at least that we play. Uh, you make them shuffle, so you catching them because the this is where like you deviate from the other combo in the sense that the other Sanosuke deck is also a decompression combo. Like you shuffle cards back, so you might not need to run this. I think you still run it, but this is a good card, but you don't need that much. In this case, you do need to run it because this is like just a high damage combo. So you need to decompress your opponent in any way in any way you can, and that's what it is. Speaking of punishing compression, two copies of the Kenshin Musashi. It's quite super funny. So what it does is that uh, gets power, and on attack you may reveal the Riki, and if damage gets cancelled that turn, you mill one, and you deal damage equal to the level of the card plus two, which is not normal for a card like this. Usually plus one. It's like the regular Musashi effect. This is like a super Musashi because it asks for the resonance. Very cool, very cool. And yeah, and then for rounding out the deck, you have four of each CX. Nothing else to say. As I mentioned, we're just running the 8 doors because we want our level 1 effects to be live at any point of the game. But I won't deny that neither the Sanosuke nor the Kenshin feel too impressive to be like one better than the other. Like Sanosuke is easy to do three. This one requires more setup and more hand fixing. So, and you usually can only do two. So there's like a level of flexibility that you can get off the combos. But overall, I think that this deck is really fun. It has a decent deck speed, which is really good for modern decks. Also, the fact that Raji Yuta is a card, you get so much, you can get so much mileage out of Raji Yuta that you just like can't can't really go wrong in running it. Like this card is so powerful, and it puts your opponent in so many troubles because you say, okay, sure, you can, you want to keep playing the game and you need to salvage. Go ahead, like I'll have four stuff, and that's something that not every deck can afford to like go through. You if you need also like it's not like you need to play it. Like if your opponent is not in a deck that will solve each other, you just don't play the card. You don't play the card, you're fine. But yeah, this will also make you look read the cards properly because you need to read the cards to see if the salvage effects are mandatory or not. So that's something that you have to be aware when you're playing this deck. Like you're gonna fish for effects on your opponent that are mandatory to salvage. So, for example, some combos are like salvage this card. They're like, no, I'm not doing it. No, 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 you need to do it. You need to be wary of like, yeah, you have to salvage that. I want to stop. So yeah, be aware of that. Also, like this card is incredible. This is such a powerful card. I wish I could run four. Like I feel that's my only issue when you play the Rajuda stuff. It's like the spacing clocks. It does hurt. Like you need to be aware of that. Oral solid deck. Uh, Mulliganing is super easy. You just like try to build level one. You try to have as many copies of the wiki as possible. And yeah, English meta as well. Uh, I think this deck will do well in English just because it's another like aggressive combo loop deck. Which version? I don't know. Like it has enough firepower and enough card quality to you say, okay, I think this is a good deck to run. But obviously, it's not tier one. Like it's not tier one right now. It's I think it's a really powerful deck that rewards like decent gameplay. Also, it's just a blast to play. Uh, I have fun playing this deck, and overall, also the art is gorgeous. I hope you managed to grasp through my bad camera that the art on this set is incredibly nice. So yeah, like the level one combo is one of the previous cards I ever looked at. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And again, let me know if you want like updates to my current. If you want like maybe Vanguard, I don't know. I will try. I have some. I've been cooking some stuff besides playing Shoyu Doji, which is basically the best deck in the format right now. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and we'll try to see you way sooner for the next one. Bye bye.